All right, fellas, welcome back to the channel. Here we are in Gardena, California. Those of you who are probably from out the state, we're right here at Rotary Power USA. And those of you who guys are familiar with them, they've been in the game, the Rotary game, for about, I don't know, since like the 80s. So I came out here just to get some old school Rotary info, tips, and most of all some history. Those of you guys who don't know, Jeff McCall, he's been doing from way back in the days. He was doing four rotors way before anybody even knew that they were even out there. So don't miss it, guys. This is gonna be pretty interesting. So yeah, here we go. Jeff McCall, how's it going, man?
It's going
cool. Yeah, you know what, I really like coming here because you got all this. As soon as you walk in, you can just tell it's a Rotary shop, man. All the cars, you got the 8s, the FDs.
This is 1985, so it's been a while.
1985. Yeah. So Jeff, can you tell us a little bit about what got you into the whole Rotary scene? What was like the first thing that said, hey, you know what, this is what I want to do?
It just sort of happened. I was working, my dad had a machine shop. I was working in a machine shop and playing with cars on the side. And my dad bought my mom a 1976 RX-4 station wagon. Brand new.
Nice.
And it used to make me laugh how I could beat 735i BMWs on the freeway with a station wagon with hubcaps. And I don't know, I rebuilt that. I built one for a friend of mine. And then it just blew up from there.
So you would say like in your teens, 17, 18, you were already messing around with the Rotary engines?
Yeah, I built a lot of motorcycles, dirt bikes, two-strokes mostly, and RDs and all kinds of two-strokes. So Rotary is just like another two-stroke. It poured it up and you could go.
Obviously this was like 82, 83, I mean
80.
80?
Yeah.
1980.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay. So obviously that was when 12A hybrid just came out in 79, single distributor.
Yep.
Electronic ignition.
That was 80. Yeah.
That was right in 80, right?
79 didn't have one yet. They still had points.
Yeah. So you probably went through a lot of 12As, twin dizzy 12As.
Oh yeah, did all those. Did a lot of first gen RX-7s when they were just like a year or two old.
Man.
I did my first turbo RX-7 back then, like 81.
Really?
Yeah.
Blow through, or
What was that? That was a draw through. Early draw through.
Tell us more about the twin dizzies. Was that very common? Did you see that in your shop quite often, or not really? Or
I had a little 73 RX-3 with a 2 distributor and a Holly and a street port, and I put it to a 5-speed. And
now that's the one you used to race back in the day, right?
That was my street car, basically.
Okay.
That was my street car. I put like 40,000 miles on it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about some track they had out here too.
Yeah, Ascot, right down the street, Ascot Raceway. Yeah.
Right here.
It was a dirt track, NASCAR dirt track. I took that little 2 distributor and I raced it at Ascot for 4 years.
Wow.
And then I went and raced it at Saugus for a couple of more. I ended up with I think 2 season championships at Ascot and then another one at Saugus.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That was a lot of fun. That was the most fun ever.
Yeah,
It was like a $300 car, $1,000 to win.
Oh man. And that was a twin dizzy, huh?
Yeah.
Twin dizzy. And you said it was what, street port?
Yeah, street port with a Holly, with a Race to Be Holly kit and a header.
That was it, huh?
Electronic ignition I converted it to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got rid of the front timing cover?
No, actually, at that point, I just bought little modules to modify the stock distributors and little Allison light units and put little lights in there instead of. You got like another 1,000 RPM out of it at least.
On the twin dizzy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Back then, they had kits to make your point car.
Oh man, you gotta teach me how to do that, man. Yeah,
that stuff anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah, you gotta source it out now.
Yeah. Back then, that was how you did it.
Yeah, so you pretty much seen the whole development of how Mazda just started with the points, electronic, and then just computer now.
Them and everybody else.
Yeah.
And their first fuel injection, which was kind of like a abacus, kind of like sliding beads back and forth across real slow. Real dumb.
Yeah. Well, what kind of current projects you got going on right now? I mean,
I just got done with a little Datsun 510 with the 13B FD motor in it. T04 and
T04.
Alltech.
So a lot of the cars that come in now, it's just mainly like turbo projects. And
Yeah, I put an RX-8 6-speed in the 0510, and now I just did a peripheral port RX-8 motor with a 6-speed going into a RX-2.
Yeah.
Right now we're doing a street port RX-8. Do a lot of those now.
Okay. I mean, this might be like a dumb question, but I mean, what industry you like working most on? Like turbo,
I specialize
ECU?
in FDs.
Specialized in FDs.
Yeah,
Okay.
And we do all the performance stuff also, but making them run stock and pass smog seems to be something most people can't do anymore.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, specialize in FDs just because they're the hardest one to work on and makes the fewest amount of people that can fix them right.
Right, yeah, not too many. Well, at least not in my world. I'm mainly like with the old school rotaries and things like that. Carburetor, you know, I mean,
which is a lost art nowadays too. Nobody knows how to do carburetors anymore.
Yeah. A lot of the carburetor guys with those school rotaries are going with ECU nowadays. So that's like starting to become the norm. That's why I ask you, like, do you see more carburetors or turbos?
All fuel injected stuff. But that guy with the RX-2 wanted the peripheral port. He wanted a Weber. He wanted old school.
Yeah.
He got the little 13-inch stretchies like the old days, and wanted a Weber on there and something that made noise like a rotary, a little brap.
So I kind of got like a little personal question. I work on my own RX-2 and my own engines, but let's just say like down the line, like if I get my 10A and I bring it down, you still have that knowledge where you could like put the points on timing and, you know, just make it happen.
I did a 2-distributor last year for a guy that wanted a stock RX-3 with the 2-distributor, and I still had parts from 20 years ago, apex seals and stuff. So yeah, I built him. I had a aluminum early flywheel. I did it really nice, modified stock carburetor, all looked original. Went a little better.
That's cool, man. So for the people out there, can you tell us about like some of the how can I say it, some of the more famous cars out there? Kind of like, I know you built Abel Ibarra's R100.
Yeah, the first RX-7 he did also.
Oh, okay.
He took it to a SEMA show. It still had the 13B in it out of the R100.
Okay.
And then it went 3-rotor after that. But man, there's so many it's hard to even count. We did all the Battle of the Imports back in the days, and yeah, there's so many it's hard to keep track of them all.
Yeah, which will stand out mostly for you? I mean, obviously the R100, right? I mean, that's an iconic car.
Yeah. You know. We did the drag racing for a while. We did the drifting for a while. Myself, I used to do the oval track with the RX-2 on the asphalt and the dirt track, and other than that, just mostly building a lot of cars. Done like 15 510s. Used to do a lot of TR7 Triumphs. I did MGs. I did Spitfires. I did man, I can't even remember all the ones I did. We did a lot of different cars. Conversions. We used to do a lot of conversions. Okay,
yeah. So it's hard to keep up after like they're doing quite a few.
Yeah.
So I mean, 3 rotors. Well, we've
done a few. Did that 4-rotor in that BMI drift car.
4-rotor. Wow.
Yeah, 4-rotor.
Now, was that like a 4-rotor or an actual 26B?
It was one where you buy the E-shaft kit and make it out of Mazda.
You got to make it work, right?
Yeah.
It's just, man. So how was what year was that? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, you know.
Oh man, it's getting hard to remember. That was when was that? Early 2000s or something.
And this is before the internet, right? There was no. Hey, let me
Google.
Google.
Find nothing.
Let me Google the eccentric shaft, or how can I get the timing on this, or you know.
There was none of that. You had to figure it all out yourself.
Yeah, a lot of thought went into it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of educated.
And I did things different than everybody else usually. Like my 4-rotor, we fed the water in through the center of the engine. So the water would go around both, like 2 13Bs and back to the middle again.
Oh,
because you always run into a problem where the first rotor is cool, the second one's hotter, the third one's hotter than that, and the fourth one's cooking.
Wow.
And that causes detonation and kills the back rotor all the time. Even 3-rotors have that problem. So if you take the 4-rotor and you feed it in the middle, it's just the same as 2 13Bs.
Yeah, that's some knowledge right there, yeah.
Just had to re-engineer a little bit, but it worked good.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, definitely a lot. I thought. See, I wouldn't have thought of that. I would just throw it in there like, let's go.
We tried it peripheral port. We tried it turbo. We tried it several different ways.
Nice.
There's a video of Jeff Jones driving it on YouTube.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and check that out. Yeah, that'll be interesting. So I mean, you pretty much done it all then. Just
Everything.
Peripheral,
Everything.
semi-P, and
Made my own. I had a machinist. Had a machine do it for me. Did all that stuff.
nice.
3mm apex seals with a lot, a dowel pin in.
Okay, I see you're working on an RX-8. What do you think about the?
There's just lots of them, and they're
There's just-
simple. They're simple. It's got like 3 solenoid valves on the motor, where a FD has like 15.
Wow. Okay.
FD
Gotcha.
has 22 feet of vacuum line. This has like 2.
Oh, okay.
You
All
know,
right.
It's just way simpler.
Oh man, I like this, man. I wish I had a shop like this.
That's my socket's supposed to run. I won socket that a long time ago. That was 2000. What was that? No, that was 1994. That picture up there.
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah, 1994.
58, Jeff McCall. Car number 22. Robert Ryan. Very far from the front. Running over on the second there, Jeff McCall.
And that's a RX-2.
Yep.
Wow.
Back in the day, I still have that.
Yeah, look at that young man right there. You still have this car?
Yeah.
No way.
Yep.
You got it here?
No, it's up at my mom's house.
Oh man. Wow, that car's sweet. And these are some of the that's an RX-2, yeah.
Ascot, yeah. It's a pretty famous track. That's my little. That was a '58 car on there.
And they closed that track down, right?
Yeah,
It's not
1990 was the last year. I got the last season championship at that track.
1990. Oh, you got the last
Yeah, last year I won the last year there.
there. Sweet. Oh man. You got the Buter rings up there too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you still got some old school parts, man. Sweet. All right, Jeff. So what do we have here?
1994 RX-7. Built it in 1990 or 2004. It was 10 years old. I got it was 9 years old.
Wow, that's when they were affordable, huh?
Put a big street port on it and 3mm apex seals and I've been driving it for 20 years. And it runs perfect.
So this is original paint.
Yeah,
Wow.
most of it.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
I haven't really done nothing to it because I like it this way. I figure the less you do to the body,
Yep.
the better it looks.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about like old
Like,
school
I don't even
rotors
want the
too.
new nose because I
Yeah.
think they got it right the first time.
No, it looks, it's right on point with the wheels and everything. Yeah.
Not only that, if you don't do nothing to it 20 years later, it still looks good.
Yeah.
Don't date yourself. Don't look like the 90s or the 2000s. It looks like it did.
What size wheels are these?
I think it's 18 by 10 in the back and 18 by 9 in the front.
Wow. Yeah, that looks nice. Or is it pretty like stock?
It passes smog.
Oh, it passes smog?
It's been passing smog for 20 years.
And that's what you specialize in, right? Or
Yeah. I swear one year I made more money making them pass smog than I did making them go fast because everybody wanted to pass smog.
yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. It's not completely stock.
No. Well,
Zoom zoom. Yeah. I remember that commercial.
it's got the air cleaner and intake and
Yeah.
full exhaust, but it's got a cat.
Nice.
and underdrive pulleys and everything you can do and still pass smog.
So you could say this is like a time capsule from what, like 2000?
I built it in 2004.
2004, and it's
Back
still
then,
running
Peter
strong.
Farrell intercooler set was the cool stuff to have. I haven't made that in a long time.
Oh, these right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. It looks nice. I like the style.
It kind of originally was sort of JDM, and now it's kind of half in the middle because I got a lot of American parts on it too.
Oh, okay. So
Got a lot of Racing Beat stuff, Peter Farrell stuff.
So a lot of the stuff in the early days were made like in Japan, huh?
Well, a lot of it was, but they did have stuff made here too.
Oh, okay.
The JDM just sort of was its own little craze.
Yeah.
I got the BNR GT28s on it.
So, oh, this is twin, right? Twin turbo. Yeah.
It's smoggable.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't change that.
Yeah.
Pass smog. I mean, yeah, I could get another 100 horsepower if I put a single turbo on it.
Right.
But I want it to pass smog.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to go through that whole.
And it's actually fine. It
Yeah.
goes fast enough.
Wow. Yeah, this is sweet. I love the wheels, man. It's just right on point. It looks really good white. I'm a big fan of red on the FD, but white.
Red's my favorite. I really wanted a yellow R1, but I couldn't find one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this one came along, and I was anxious, and I wanted one bad, and so I bought it.
Yeah, yeah. And aren't you glad you kept it too? Because now it's like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they skyrocketed in
I'll never
prices.
get rid of it. That's my favorite
Yeah.
car, and none of the new really excites me.
Yeah. I mean, this is like art for us, you know. It's just So I see you got some fenders up there. You worked on those cars too.
Drift car the first time before I put the wide body kit on it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm tempted to put it back.
Yeah. So you obviously done drift cars.
Yeah, we did the whole Formula D thing for a year.
Oh, you did the Formula D for a year?
In the whole country. Yeah.
Oh, wow, nice.
Before we took it to Beijing, they did the drifting in China with it too.
So you got Haltech there. Work with Haltech.
We were a distributor dealer for 20 years now. I've got Haltech on my drift car. It's so old, it's DOS.
You got your drift car here, or?
It's out in the garage.
So what do we have here? You mind if I show this, or?
Okay.
Okay.
It's RX-8 peripheral port.
RX-8 peripheral port.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's got the two. Yep.
Yeah.
It's got the secondary intake. Sweet, man. Wow. Wow, this is nice. And this is what, an RX-8?
Yeah,
13.
The second gen RX-8.
That-
Going in.
That's a 6-port?
6-port street port.
Street port, sweet. So man, you got a lot of old school machinery that's still.
Mill, lathe,
Yeah.
surface grinder.
Oh, okay, so you do your own
Yeah, you got to.
lapping and yeah.
Not lapping.
But it's
dirty.
kind of like the
Machining.
same. Yeah, yeah. Cool. All right, fellas. So we got to call it a day. I'm gonna have Jeff go check out my ride too. You know, see if I did it right or not. So he's the man. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. But yeah, guys, if you're in town, if you're out of town, don't matter. If you guys need your cars fixed or anything like that, hit up Jeff McCall. You got to set up an appointment for him because he's busy and he's the right guy to go to. And I would highly recommend him. I've been going to him since the 90s, and I still have this old school oil cooler he did for me back like in 98. It's still running strong, guys. So he's definitely the right guy to go to. So here we go.